Welcome back inside Gillette Stadium, everybody. My name is Mike Petraglia, joined as always by Patriots expert columnist for WEEI.com, Christopher Price. After the Patriots wrap up the regular season home portion of their schedule with an effective, if not pretty, 33-16 win over the Tennessee Titans. Chris, there was a lot forgettable about this game, but there was also something very important accomplished, and that was win number 12 of the season as the Patriots inch step closer to a first-round bye. And boy, does this team need it.
Yeah, I think that is the absolute key for this team right now. Other years you can argue, well, you need the bye, you don't need the bye. I think right now, given the health issues that this team is facing with the postseason looming, you want to have as much time as possible between the end of the regular season and the start of the postseason so you can rest up some of those key guys. We saw Dante Hightower start today for the first time in a couple weeks, but he left the game in the second half. Danny Amendola was banged up at some point with a knee issue. That's sitting aside, you're not even talking about the Julian Edelman situation. So you get to 12 wins. That's nice. You can get even closer. Next week, you can clinch a home field. You can clinch not home field, but you can clinch one of those two berths, one of those two playoff spots with the bye if Pittsburgh ends up beating Denver a little bit later on. So I think that's what, if you're a Patriots fan, that's what you're looking for this afternoon.
All right, in the second half, there were some injuries as well, and the one that concerns me the most is Patrick Chung. He was banged up by his actually enemy fire. Jonathan Bostic ran into him on the Delaney Walker touchdown, and the good news is that Chung was spotted in civvies, in his jeans, walking around the locker room post-game. So he was walking around, but they cannot, the way he has guarded tight ends this year, I don't really think they can afford to lose Patrick Chung.
No, I think that they've gotten really good safety play, and that's one of the more underrated aspects of this defense over the course of the first 14 games. Without Devin McCourty in there today, I thought they played relatively well. I thought Duron Harmon has come along an awful long way over the course of the year. But yeah, if you lose Chung for an extended period of time, I think it's a serious blow. But, like you said, he was walking around the locker room afterward. He didn't talk to anyone, but he looked like he was moving a little slow. And I think at this point, that's all you can hope for if you're a Patriots fan, given the nature of the injuries that that's happened to this team over the last month plus.
All right, let's move on to the other big storyline, at least going into the game. Hours before the game, Rob Gronkowski on his Facebook page put up a dedication to Dana Parento, a very close family friend who passed away last week, forced him to miss practice on Friday. He said he wanted to dedicate the game to him, and what happens on the very first drive? Tom Brady finds him for a 7-yard touchdown pass. He points the fingers to the sky, and after the game I had a chance to talk to Gronkowski, and he said, that he was very sure that Dana was up there pumping his fists, all pumped up for him, very excited, and that's where his thoughts were. How did you think that Rob Gronkowski played with such a heavy heart?
I think he did as well as could be expected under the circumstances. I think when you consider the depth of the friendship, we've read about a little bit over the last couple of days. I've talked to some people who are close to this situation. These two are very, very close. And for Gronk to be able to come out here and play as effectively as he did, I think that says a lot about his mental toughness to be able to battle through a situation like that, come out on the other side, and do a good job executing when it comes to getting his team the victory.
I mean, I just think it's impressive anytime we talk about injuries, and Matthew Slater after the game said it's not the team we're worried about, it's the individual. Well, I apply that to Rob Gronkowski in this case. The team was going to be fine, barring something completely unforeseen. They were going to win this game. But the way Rob Gronkowski put everything on the back burner and came out and played this game at a very high level really impresses me.
Yeah, it does, and it says a lot about who he is and his ability to, I don't want to say compartmentalize because that could sound a little flip in this situation, but at the same time, I think his ability to act like a professional and to be able to come out here and play at the high level that he did over the course of 60 minutes says an awful lot about him.
Offensively, I think there might be a little bit of concern given the second half. They didn't score a touchdown against this Tennessee defense that was ranked near the bottom in a lot of categories in the NFL. I think they had allowed 18 touchdown passes coming in. They allowed 2 in the first half to Tom Brady. They don't score a touchdown in the second half. They get the 3 field goals. Stephen Gostkowski even misses a field goal. How much concern for you in a game like this does that present?
I don't think it's a huge concern. I think that it is. It's difficult to measure because you want to be able to look at the end of the day. You come out of here with a win. There's certain things that, and we talked about this in the Sunday show with Greg beforehand. There's certain things you want to see this team address going forward. You want to see them tighten things up. You want to see them get to a spot where you feel good about their chances on offense, defense, and special teams going into the postseason. There's still little things here and there, health-wise, special teams. They dropped another punt. Amendola didn't drop another punt, but he fumbled a punt.
Right.
Yeah, there are things like that you want to see them clean up between now and the start of the postseason. It wasn't a great win, as we mentioned off the top, but at the same time, at the end of the day, a win's a win, and you move on from there.
I want to talk about also the pass rush. We knew coming in it could be a big game. It was. Chandler Jones had another big game. He now has a new career high with 12.5 sacks. And as a team, they sacked the Tennessee quarterbacks a total of 5 times. They are well on their way to establishing a new mark under the Bill Belichick era here in Foxborough. Your thoughts of the defense today, especially the pass rush?
I think that to rate a defense purely by sacks is a little bit dicey, because sacks can come in bunches, and they can come as a result of good coverage downfield. They could come as a result of a good pass rush. They could come as a result of a number of different things. That
a team passing all the time.
Exactly. That being said, I think it's a good sign for New England that it continues to get a consistent pass rush, even in a game like this, going up against a team like Tennessee that was one of the worst teams in the league when it came to allowing sacks. So you got to take the positives. We talked about some of the negatives early on. You take it all with the big picture here. It's a good thing for the Patriots to be able to put up those kind of defensive numbers even in a game like this against a lesser opponent.
Okay, I would be remiss if we didn't talk about the Hawaiian Hammer. Joey Iosefa, number 47. He was fabulous, and he trucked one Tennessee defender, a cornerback on the outside, Cody Sensenbaugh, as a matter of fact. And it was one play that I think a lot of, you said it was a forgettable game. It's maybe the single defining game of this play of this game that fans will take with them as they leave. Your thoughts on the way Joey Iosefa, a practice squad rookie out of Hawaii, played?
What is it about fullbacks that lend themselves to becoming cult figures?
I don't know. It's just the way they play the game, especially here.
Yeah, it really is. I think it was, and one of the more entertaining aspects to this game was the sight of Iosefa doing what he did. He reminds me a lot of Heath Evans in his ability to not only carry the ball, but also to serve as a fullback. Most fullbacks, look, we saw James Devlin here the last couple of years. He was more of a battering ram type who only carried the ball in short yardage situations. Iosefa appears to have a little bit more flexibility. And look, if Monty Ball isn't ready for prime time and the Patriots decide not to go in on Steven Jackson, Joey Iosefa, I think, did enough today to warrant more carries going forward.
He certainly was entertaining and fun to watch for the fans in a game that really didn't have a lot of storylines coming in. All you can do if you're the Patriots now is hope that a lot of your key players that were dinged up in this game recover quickly. The Patriots finish up the regular season with 2 road games next week in New York against the Jets, and then the following week in South Florida against the Miami Dolphins. The Patriots now 12-2 on the season. They are on the verge, Chris, of wrapping up a first-round bye, and next up is getting that number 1 overall seed. That would be a big deal. What's going to happen here at Gillette Stadium in the next 2 weeks? Well, you can see behind us on the scoreboard and on the field, they're going to get ready for the Winter Classic, the Boston Bruins and Montreal Canadiens playing on New Year's Day here inside Gillette Stadium. So this will become a major ice skating rink, venue. And they're
going to move the rink that's outside at Patriot Place inside.
I don't think they're going to do that.
They're not going to move the whole thing, but there's going to be skating. They're skating out there in the winter. They're going to have skating in here, and it's going to be a great experience. I'm looking forward to seeing what this place is going to look like as an ice rink.
It is going to become a winter wonderland. That's what I was trying to think of. Thanks for picking me up. That's why you are a great partner, Chris.
That's why we make a good team.
All right, the final again here inside Gillette Stadium on Sunday. It was the Patriots 33, the Titans 14. He is Christopher Price. I'm Mike Petraglia, WEEI.com.